Everyone, welcome to another scrapbook creation. Today I'm going to be using the Cool Kids collection by Crate Paper for my son's layout. Now if you watched my last video, you know I promised you guys another video how I used the same design I used for my daughter's layout, except for instead of doing it horizontal, this time I'm going to do it vertical. So let's get started. Now I only have a few pieces of this collection. I basically am trying to stop buying 12 by 12 paper because I have been scrapbooking for 17 years, so you can only imagine all the 12 by 12 paper I have in my room. And so I'm just trying to buy the 6 by 6 pads. That way it will stretch. I have all the pieces or all the pattern papers, and then I just need to find some background paper to match. And that's what I did here. I found some Heidi Swapp pattern paper, and that went perfectly with the dinosaurs. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, I almost did not upload this video. We are our own worst critics, right? And when I got done I was like, it's just a so-so layout. I love the collection, however I wasn't really thrilled or really wowed by this layout, and I was like, you know what, let's be real. It's gonna happen. And you know what, instead of hiding from it, I'm gonna show my subscribers that yeah, there are times where my layouts come out so-so, and you know, I'm not gonna hide from it. I'm gonna run with it. And so I decided to upload it because in the end it truly isn't gonna matter to my son that it didn't have the wow factor, because he's probably not even gonna realize that. He's just gonna be thankful that he has, you know, memories that I saved for him of his childhood. And so, yeah, now you guys are seeing it. But I know why I felt that way. And it's basically because I love layering, and there's not really a whole lot of layering. It's a very, very simple layout. And I didn't realize why this layout was so hard for me to put it together and to try to create those clusters. But we're gonna get to that. So if you're like me, and I have started off scrapbooking with using pattern paper, and then I went from pattern paper to the hot trend of using white cardstock, and that took me a while to actually adjust to get used to that, and I still love it. But I also miss kind of bringing out pops of, you know, pattern backgrounds. So it took me a while to get back into something that used to be so comfortable for me, and how I realized, or not how I realized, but just how I made it easier for myself, is I always try to find a pattern paper that is very subtle with the pattern. And as you can tell, like for instance that Heidi Swapp, it just has some lines, and then I pull a pattern paper, again, that isn't super busy, that's pleasing to the eye, but yet has patterns and it has colors. And that's where I chose that dinosaur paper, which is so darn cute. And then that kind of helped me of what colors I wanted to add for my layout. And then what I tend to do is I take my photos, and then I always back it up on white cardstock. And then you see the paper that is behind my photos. Now that is really busy. I would never make that my whole 12 by 12 paper. But having little bits of it showing is perfect for the eye. You know, it's very pleasing to the eye. And then what I did was, after that, I backed it up again with another subtle pattern. Pretty much it's almost like a orange cardstock because the pattern is so subtle. And then that way it just kind of goes all together. Then I grabbed, excuse me, I'm still not 100% better. I still have that slight cough that just does not want to go away. Now I don't have any border punches, so I had to use my Cameo, and that's what I was kind of referring to on my last video, is that I really don't like using my Cameo for something like that notebook border punch, just because it's kind of really big and large, where I wish I just had the smaller one. But I hadn't gone to the store yet, so I just used what I had. Next, I'm going to cover up that seam using that same Studio Calico camera paper. And it's just a gray and white, and I like that because it's not, what is it? I basically was going to use some black stickers, and then I just realized that I'm bringing a lot of gray tones. To add another black in there, it might be too dark for this layout. And so here I have my gray thickers. Now, I have a ton of thickers. But you know what? I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I have like 20 different shades of pink, 20 different shades of aqua. I mean, I didn't even think that was possible. Or different shapes of aqua. But as far as like outside of that range, I really don't have too many. I only had 2 gray ones to choose from, which is that banner that you see right there. And then I had foam thickers, but the foam ones were really large. And since my title was big, I had to go something smaller, and that was my only other option, which still looks cute to have a little banner as a title. Then I grabbed some phrase stickers, and one thing I do like to do is put phrase stickers on my photos. And then I just grabbed one that said beep beep, or beep, I think, like a car, and I thought that was cute. I love how this collection has that metal look for the boys, which is that silver, and so I wanted that sticker on there that said cutest. That way when you're looking at the sticker, it's bringing your eye towards the pictures. And of course I'm going to want to add foam adhesive on that as well. I thought I cut that part out, but apparently I left it in there. Now, this is not where I realized it. It wasn't until after I was done with this layout, and I kind of was like, why was this one so difficult to create clusters and layering, areas? And I saw it after, like I said, everything was all done. I should have not put down or adhere the photos first, because as you can see, the title, it is a big title, that it goes right next to the photos, so that it didn't give me an area to, add my clusters. And I tried to even lift it at one point, because I wanted to, have it perfectly straight, and at least the photos, and the paper was going to rip, and I didn't have any more paper, because I said I only bought the 6x6 paper pad, and I did not want to lose that dinosaur paper. It's, like I said, it's just so cute. So everything got left where it is. Then I grabbed a journaling card by Studio Calico, and I have a typewriter, but it is broken. So what I do is I just run it through my printer, and I just grab, whenever I open up Word doc, I create a text box, type it, and print it, and then I put my journaling card over it, and then it ends up always working out for me, and it does not jam my printer at all. So there I just layered a little cluster at the bottom with a label sticker and a dinosaur, and that's it, guys. That was my layout. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, and you all have an amazing weekend. Bye.